Fans of the popular character Lisa, portrayed by Vicky Myers, are eagerly waiting to uncover more about her mysterious past. Coronation Street viewers have been left frustrated by the latest twist involving Kit Green, as they believe they've figured out what DS Lisa Swain is about to uncover. With therapy sessions continuing, audiences are anticipating deeper revelations about Lisa's background and emotional history. Earlier this month, the ITV soap showed Lisa reluctantly attending her first therapy appointment after losing her colleague PC Craig Tinker and being reassigned to desk work, and she didn't seem thrilled about it. In the session, Lisa sarcastically joked to the therapist about lying on a couch and complaining about parental favoritism before admitting she was actually the favored child. She added that if she needed to talk about Craig, she'd rather speak to her partner instead, but visibly tensed up when Becky's name came up. Meanwhile, in Monday's July 21st episode, it was revealed that Carla was hiding something from Lisa as she pursued her own investigation into the past that continues to haunt Lisa. Lisa has remained on desk duty and in counseling since a traumatic robbery left her doubting her ability to do her job, compounded by a disturbing confrontation with Brody Michaelis in prison. The episode opened with Carla trying to console Lisa as she prepared for another therapy session. But later, while Carla was tied up at work, Michael Bailey dropped by and used her computer, only to find a message arranging a prison visit to Logan Radcliffe. Michael confronted Carla, warning her against the idea given Logan's history with her, Lisa, and Betsy. Though she didn't commit to telling Lisa the truth, Carla later returned home to a cheerful Lisa, who was ready to patch things up with food and a relaxing evening. Lisa shared that she was ready to refocus on her career and thanked Carla for always standing by her. As Lisa stepped out to grab their takeaway, Carla messaged Michael to say she'd changed her mind and wouldn't visit Logan. However, next week's spoilers have revealed that Carla will go ahead with the visit after all. In the coming episodes, Lisa admits she skipped therapy and instead visited Becky's grave, as it would have been their anniversary. As the emotional day unfolds, Lisa struggles with the weight of the date, but despite Carla and Betsy's concern, she insists she's fine and goes to her scheduled therapy appointment. There, she finally opens up to therapist Floyd, expressing doubts about Becky's death, wondering if there was more to the story and if Becky might have been involved in wrongdoing. At the same time, Carla pays a secret visit to Logan Radcliffe in prison, trying to dig into Lisa's late wife's past and get answers about her previous relationship. Later on at the station, Lisa sneaks into D.I. Costello's office and searches his inbox for any mention of Becky Swain. Enraged, she confronts DC Kit Green after noticing his name linked to a request for access to Becky's case file. She quickly informs Carla that she can no longer work with Kit, accusing him of betrayal. Now the question is, will Carla come clean about what she's been doing behind Lisa's back? After these spoilers surfaced, fans were outraged that Kit was once again making trouble for Lisa, though some are now speculating whether he could end up helping her or if he's part of a bigger cover-up within the Weatherfield police, with Costello being the real corrupt officer. Coronation Street fans work out witness protection twist as Betsy Swain star shows reunion. They believe they've figured out a twist that might bring a familiar face back to Weatherfield, following a recent reunion with a past co-star. Fans of Coronation Street suspect they've uncovered a clue pointing to a character's return after one of the show's actresses was spotted reconnecting with a former colleague. Sydney Martin first appeared on the ITV soap last year, portraying Betsy Swain. The role was a major milestone in her acting career after several previous auditions for the series. Initially introduced as Sabrina Adediba's friend, viewers were stunned to learn that Betsy was actually the teenage daughter of DS Lisa Swain. Sydney, who recently celebrated her first anniversary on the show, quickly became involved in major storylines, most notably the grooming plot involving solicitor Joel Deering, whom she attempted to manipulate. Later, Betsy formed a bond with troubled youth Mason Radcliffe, but their connection ended tragically earlier this year when he was murdered by his own siblings. Mason, portrayed by Luca Tulin, was fatally stabbed by his brothers Logan and Aadi in a brutal and shocking incident. He had been trying to make amends after facing consequences for a bullying campaign against Liam Connor the year before. However, he couldn't break free from his violent brothers, who continued to wreak havoc in Weatherfield and were ultimately behind his untimely death. It was a heartbreaking farewell to the Cobbles for Luca, but Sydney has since revealed that they remain in touch outside the show. Posting on TikTok and X, formerly Twitter, she shared a clip from a recent acting workshop they attended together. Coronation Street fans have sad feeling as character to die 10 years after debut. Daniel Brocklebank first joined the Coronation Street cast in 2014, stepping into the role of former vicar turned archdeacon Billy Mayhew. Fans of the long-running soap have admitted to feeling uneasy about what lies ahead for one of the show's beloved characters, fearing that a tragic death may be on the horizon a decade after his introduction. Since arriving on the Cobbles, Billy has faced plenty of turmoil, especially in his romantic life. Eventually, he found love with Paul Foreman, only to have their happiness shattered by Paul's devastating diagnosis with motor neuron disease and his eventual passing. But the heartbreak for Billy might not be over yet, as his departure from the show has reportedly been set for next year. Back in May, Dan told The Mirror, "I've spent a quarter of my life working on Corrie. Every moment has been a joy, and I've always looked forward to walking into that building. I love this team with all my heart, and though it's sad to say goodbye, I'm also excited for what the next chapter holds." Rumors have since circulated that Billy's character will be written out during a major storyline at Christmas, though ITV has yet to officially confirm this. Despite that, fans are already speculating how Billy might exit, with many fearing that his story could end in tragedy. In Wednesday's July 23rd episode, Noah Headley made a return, once again calling Theo Silverton a sinner and urging him to attend a spiritual meeting at the community center to redeem himself. Todd was furious after learning Theo had previously been given one of Noah's leaflets at the bistro and had tossed it away in disgust. Though George Shuttleworth tried to reassure Todd that Theo discarding the leaflet was a positive sign, Todd worried that Noah's influence might still be getting to him. His fears were seemingly justified when Theo was seen heading to meet Noah at the center. Concerned and unable to reach him, Todd asked Billy to come along in search of Theo. Once there, they were shocked to find Noah conducting what appeared to be conversion therapy on someone. Mistaking the victim for Theo, Todd stepped in to intervene. A heated exchange followed, with Noah insisting that Theo was safe, pushing Todd over the edge and prompting a physical confrontation, despite Billy's efforts to de-escalate. Meanwhile, at home, George returned to find Theo visibly shaken and tearful. He confessed that Noah had gotten into his head and made him feel deeply ashamed of his identity. Todd then returned, explaining the clash he'd had with Noah, and he and Theo patched things up, promising to support each other moving forward. But later, Theo encountered Noah again, and the confrontation took a dark turn. "Your friend has a lot to answer for, and I'm going to make sure he does," Noah warned. He added ominously, "He's undone so much of my work and endangered your soul. I've saved you once, and I'll do it again." Although the current conflict mainly centers around Noah, Theo, and Todd, some viewers suspect Billy could become collateral damage in the escalating drama.